Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of Mondays Are For the Nerds. I'm your co-host, Jay Wright.
I'm your other co-host, Tristan Stump.
We thank you for joining us as we recap last week's pop culture news for you in our final episode for May.
This is the final episode of May, isn't it?
Yeah, because it ends on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It's like one of those weird things where all of our news next episode will be from May.
Yeah. The day it comes out, the day that episode comes out. I'm trying to think.
June 1st.
June 1st. It's just going to be a busy week for me.
It is.
Play practices start, and then Game Fest and State of Play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, State of Play with the Wolverine.
Yep.
On top of this.
State of Play starting like right when I'm supposed to get off work, so I'm gonna have to like pull it up on my phone and watch it part way while I'm
I'll be at work. I'll be like, we need to stop. I need to 40 minutes.
Well, actually, I hear it's
delay my breaks.
It's gonna be like over an hour.
I'll combine all my breaks together into a.
Because there's some Alamo theaters that are in a few places.
That's right. They're showing at the Alamo,
and the time is an hour and a half. So
yeah.
Obviously you got to give they give them time to show up. And
I did see that they're going to be in the Alamo. I'm like, what do they have up our sleeves? Anyway,
they do own the Alamo now.
Sony.
Remember they bought them out when Alamo went bankrupt. It was Sony that bought them.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. I was explaining that to Dad because I was telling Dad, how they changed how you order food and stuff recently. I'm like, that's got to be a Sony decision.
It has to be.
Some of the changes they made to them recently. The changes they've made recently, how you order food and all that, definitely feels like a Sony decision.
Yeah. Do we ever talk about that on here?
What, when we went, how they changed like,
in general,
you can get on your phone now.
You have to get on your phone.
You have to get on your phone to order food, make a complaint about people being on their phones.
Yeah.
And then they have the little parentheses that's like, yes, we know it's,
I first saw it, and I'm like, this is going to be a bad idea. And then, like, we did it at Mario, and this first time and only time since then that I've ever had to do it, experience that. And I'm like, I didn't notice anything.
Yeah.
But I will say, if I'm on my phone, I am missing what happens.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Is all I will say about that. What even brought up the Alamo?
Busy next week, and
Oh, yeah.
Or week after
State
next.
of Play, and they're playing it at the Alamo, and the reason they're probably doing a showing at the Alamo is because Sony. Yeah, so next week, actually not next week.
Week after next week.
The week after next. Yeah. The week after next is when it's going to get a little hectic.
Yeah. I have some small talk, but I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Mine is
let's see.
a big thing. Apart from what
I
bring up later.
So we'll bring up stuff later. Also bring up stuff later.
Yep.
Everything I've done this week is like, no, we actually did things relevant to what's releasing this week.
Yeah.
I did start to play South of Midnight.
Nice. That's the one.
That is the
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a big toad or turtle or something like that.
It's a giant catfish.
Yeah.
I haven't played much of it because I got it shortly before. I think you would. It's very. Some people give it the criticism that the combat's repetitive, but like it's satisfying. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's what me in combat repetitiveness.
Like it is a little bit of button mashing, but you're like punch, dodge, punch, dodge.
Yeah.
Like it's
which is how I played Batman.
Yeah. So it's just. And then there's the different patterns, and there's cool things you can do with it where you can eventually, get dodge, have your spell saved up to like pull one towards you and push one away and everything. Yeah. Where it's like it gets interesting. Not that I've played it enough to get good at it. Like I said, I played the first 3 chapters before another release came out that we'll get into.
Has dominated time.
That is, almost problematically so. But no, I think this is pretty.
Sorry, mouth go.
I'm trying to think. Here, let me look at my phone real quick.
Just hit up all the streaming and see what's continue watching.
Yeah, no. Pretty much everything I did. I don't have much small talk.
Besides a little bit of South Midnight.
Yeah.
I started reading First Time Caller, which is a cozy rom-com book that Allie recommended me, and I'm like 4 chapters in. Love it. It's inspired by Sleepless in Seattle. I like that. I watched some more movies. I watched some shows. Besides that, I just went to work. But I do have something to tell you about.
Okay.
Kind of reminiscent of our Wikipedia days.
Okay.
Starters. So I was working on, spoiler alert for what will appear later, I was working on pop culture history this week. And I come across this event that happens, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to save this for the small talk and bring it up to you. So let me set the scene of what happens. It's May 20th, 2018.
Okay.
Right? It's in Lake Worth, Florida, 1:41 a.m. Exactly. Your phone goes off with an alert. You're thinking, like, you wake up, and, like, it could be a hurricane, it could be a flash flood, Amber Alert, a rogue tornado, whatever. You're like, what is this? You grab your phone in your half groggy, awake, half awake grogginess, and you see what it is that could be waking you at such this ungodly hour from these dreams. And it says, quote, power outages and zombie alert for residents of Lake Worth and Terminus. There are now far less than 7,380 customers involved to extreme zombie activity. Restoration time is uncertain.
Why does that sound familiar?
It really happened. This really happened in May 20th. And then to this day, no one knows what happened. Ben Kerr, the city spokesperson, went on to say, quote, we are looking into the reports that the system mentions zombies. I want to reiterate that Lake Worth does not have any zombie activity and apologize for the system message.
Okay.
I saw this and I'm like, I want to say this. What a random thing to get an alert. It reminded me of War of the Worlds where it didn't cause like panic. But, like, to get an alert that there's zombies in your area in some random town in Florida.
Yeah, that's...
At 1:41 in the morning. Like, that'd be haunting. But that is all I did, apart from what we'll get to. Trying to get my releases.
Yeah, I suppose so. There's not much of a...
No, there's not a pivot to it.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I did pull up Wiki Roulette, and it's not giving me anything.
Any zombie? Oh, what the days? We need to get back on Arthur Wesker.
I do have Ernest A. Snow, American jurist. Born in Hanover.
Let's dive in.
Born in Hanover, Michigan, Snow moved to Saginaw, Michigan. With his family, he went to University of Michigan and then received his law degree from University of Michigan Law School in 1896. Snow was admitted to the Michigan bar and then practiced law with his father. In 1902, Snow served as recorder's court judge, and then in 1917 served as Saginaw County, Michigan. I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce that.
I think so.
Circuit court judge. In 1907, Snow served as a delegate to the Michigan Constitutional Convention. From 1926 until his death in 1927, Snow served on the Michigan Supreme Court. Snow died of a heart attack in Lansing, Michigan, while driving an automobile to Saginaw, Michigan, with his wife and daughter. That is the entire article. And it almost makes me wonder, of all the random judges,
why does he get one?
Why does he have a Wikipedia article?
Okay, the first one that came up on Wiki Roulette is low-key. It's called Allabob Top.
Allabob Top?
Allabob Top. It is a British children's television series created by Lee Hodgkinson and Steve Smith. The program is narrated by Stephen Mangan. Series follows a group of 3 animals called the Allabobs. Tib, Lalu, and Bobble live in a big forest and have fun playing, exploring, and solving everyday problems. In each episode, with the help of Allabob Top, they work together, combining shapes, colors, and patterns to create a new character who joins in with Allabob's fun, while a friendly narrator encourages them to think for themselves, who suggests in each episode that it, quote, looks like a trip to the Allabob Top. It reminded me of Booba. Have you remember Booba?
Barely.
I think I brought this up to you at just these weird creatures that are like bright and colorful to capture kids' attention. All right, I'll just jump into my...
Yeah.
Before we get down that rabbit hole. In movies, on Wednesday, May 20th, the Jack Ryan Ghost War hit streaming on Prime Video. Follows Jack Ryan, who reunites with CIA operatives to navigate a treacherous web of betrayal against an enemy who knows their every move, facing a past they thought was long put to rest. On Friday, May 22nd, in theaters, Passenger released after a young couple witnesses a gruesome highway accident. They soon realize that they did not leave the crash scene alone, as a demonic presence called the Passenger won't stop until it claims them both. I Love Boosters released. A group of shoplifters take aim at a cutthroat fashion maven by stealing her clothes and reselling them at a lower price, what they call fashion-forward philanthropy. And Corporate Retreat released. Corporate executives on a team-building retreat face a deadly struggle when their leader turns violently against them. And perhaps the biggest movie release of this week that we were both able to see, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Once a lone bounty hunter, Mandalorian Din Djarin and his apprentice Grogu embark on an exciting new Star Wars adventure. For the first time in a while, we're both able to see a movie for
new release. Yeah,
actually, since Mario. Thoughts?
I liked it.
I liked it too. I liked it. There's some pacing. It has its flaws. The pacing is like very clearly. There were like 3 episodes.
This very much was a season that they condensed into a movie. I don't think not that it started out that way.
No.
But I was watching it being like, okay, this is definitely a movie you can split into. Like sometimes
there's a very clear halfway point.
There are very clear acts.
Yes.
That like sometimes, most of the time when you're writing a movie, you can say there's acts.
Yeah.
But it's not such a clear cut like, okay, well this is the first episode. This is this like it's pretty much what 4 or 5 episodes.
I think so.
Of a show
because it's 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. A little over 2 hours.
Yeah. Which does not say it's bad.
No. Yeah. Definitely not.
It affected the pacing
a
little bit.
Definitely felt like I was like, okay, this is cool. And my thing was, I mean, I am a Star Wars fan in that I will jump in and out of being in a Star Wars like I'll have a good like month where I'm like nothing. I'm watching Star Wars. I'm doing, and then I'll go back to whatever I'm doing, and passively paying attention to what's going on and all that.
Yeah.
So when imagine my surprise when I watched this movie and there's so many like little things. I'm like, whoa, that's
that guy.
Oh, that's that guy.
That's Dave Filoni.
Oh, hey. What the heck is a reoccurring character from one of the Star Wars cartoons doing here, and why is he still voiced by his original voice actor?
Yeah, dude, Zeb.
Zeb being there and being
a
voiced,
supporting role.
And still being voiced by Steve Blum.
Yeah.
That's the thing I love about Star Wars as a franchise is like that they fully their voice actors they will fully keep. I mean Tom Kane, who passed away recently.
Yeah.
Big part of the Star Wars franchise if you look into who he actually voiced, and the fact that he was in the sequel trilogy as multiple characters.
Yeah. And Sam Witwer as Maul.
Yeah.
Showing up in obviously Clone Wars, but then and Rebels and all that, but then also he voiced in Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing him back in Solo.
It's just, anyway.
Also, once again, a random Martin Scorsese. I low-key forgot he was in it until I saw the credits. I'm like, oh yeah, Martin Scorsese is in this for about 2 scenes. And I love the career path that Martin Scorsese is on. Had you seen The Mandalorian, like the show?
Bits and pieces, enough to know what was going on.
Yeah. About Grogu and all that.
I was mistaken. I could have sworn that the ship that he got, he was given, the Razor Crest.
Yes.
I could have sworn that was from a different thing.
I don't think
that is straight up just
from The Mandalorian. It was destroyed in one of the I think season 2 or 3,
and it gets rebuilt because it has the yellow paint job. So I got it confused with the ship from Rebels. For a little bit there, but I'm like, that's not it.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Ghost.
Yeah.
But that one's longer and not compact.
Also, and this is not really a spoiler because we're not saying what happens, but we got a oneer. Did you see that? The oneer?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, are we about to get it? Because they framed it like that way. I'm like, are we about to get a oneer? And then like they did. I'm like, this is going to be where they cut. And they didn't cut. And I'm like, oh, we're getting a oneer in Star Wars. Of all things, a oneer in Star Wars. I never expected it. I love it. And then Jeremy Allen White as Rada. Also, seeing all the Hutts move as much as they did. I'm like, this is wild to watch right now.
This is the most we've seen the Hutt species move and what their homes are like. I'm like, ugh.
The one just like out.
I was the only person in the whole theater, so I did laugh when Jada first came on screen because just how odd it is to have a buff Hutt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just because whenever they announce Jeremy Allen White will be Rada, and it's like, oh, okay, and it's like he's gonna be buff, and I'm like,
I was telling Jay this last night. There were so many line readings he had where it almost sounded like he was trying to sound like Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
like,
and it was obviously pitched down.
Well, yeah,
because
his voice pitched down sounds like Seth Rogen. Or to you said I heard David Harbour.
Yeah.
But I kept hearing where I'm like, this is just like Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
just even in some of the deliveries, is just like this is giving off Illumination Donkey Kong vibes of like
bringing in someone. Well, to be fair, no, he's only been a baby.
But
Miles,
I don't know.
We saw it in Miles, and like they showed like the picture of Baby Rada before they. This is not spoilers, 'cause you know he's in it. The picture of Baby Rada, and Miles goes, "It's pretty good for a live action Baby Hutt.
Yeah,
Looking pretty good."
well,
Compared to what he looks like in the Clone Wars movie.
because I leaned over to the dad and I'm like, "Hey, that's the Hutt baby from Clone. That's that Ahsoka and Anakin. Like, it's kind of cool that they're doing full circle for that." But I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. It's a fun time. It's just like a fun romp through Star Wars.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. Imbo was amazing.
And my thing is, like, I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I'm not so big that I'm constantly criticizing everything Star Wars does. Because if there's one thing you learn about being a Star Wars fan is that there's no one that hates Star Wars more than a Star Wars fan.
Exactly.
And I'm not a hate. I don't know. Most of the time I'm going to enjoy what I'm watching. There's only been a handful of times. Like, and I'm basically the same thing as my dad. My dad will enjoy a Star Wars thing. The only time I've ever seen him constantly criticize something is The Last Jedi.
Which is like the big thing.
Which is like episode 8 is just...
You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
And there's no in between.
There's a lot of aura moments.
Yeah.
There's one thing you can say about that movie is it has a lot of hype moments. It's just my biggest criticism with it is it feels like you're watching episode 9.
Yes.
It's like they wrapped everything up, and then when J.J. Abrams came back, he's like, I don't know, I guess Palpatine's back.
Exactly. Somehow Palpatine returns.
I could just imagine. I've always imagined, like, it's like they're asking J.J. Abrams, like, well, he pretty much like did not leave any loose ends. Like, he tied up everything.
He did raise parents.
Kylo.
They killed Snoke.
Yeah, like different. It's like Luke is gone. Like, what do we do? And it's like, what if like somehow Palpatine returns? Write that down. Write that down.
Right. Title scroll.
We'll change the wording later in post. We didn't change the wording later in post.
No, somehow Palpatine returned. Also, going to make him connected to Rey. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It
was a fun romp. This is what I wanted from like a Mandalorian movie. It's just
it pretty much look. Some shows when you're making a movie out of them, it feels like this is a movie version, and some shows it's just no matter what. When you get a movie out of it, you're just watching a really long episode of that show.
Yeah.
And that was inevitable. You're just watching a really long episode of Mandalorian.
Like, that happened to have guest stars Jeremy Allen White and Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese, I still can't get over that.
What, one of the 3 times he's acted in something?
Exactly.
It's
Shark Tale, Mandalorian, and The Studio.
Yeah.
Absolute cinema.
Just shout out to, wasn't he asked to cameo in a Marvel movie and he's like, I'm not going to do that crap or something like that?
Well, that's what he said. He said like basically dissed on Marvel.
Yeah.
We get out of it.
And
my friend goes, he'll hate on Marvel, but man, he'll do Star Wars. For 3 lines.
It turned around and does Star Wars,
For 3 scenes, yeah. It was good. I can't wait for more, if they make more. On TV, Monday, May 18th, Game Changer Season 8 premiered on Dropout. Did you watch it?
Not yet.
It's like a spin on Don't Wake Daddy. It's so funny. Thursday, May 21st, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert had its series finale on CBS, and The Burrow Season 1 dropped on Netflix, and Friday, May 22nd, Mating Season 1 dropped on Netflix, as well as The Weekenders came to Disney+. I forget what day that was.
The Weekenders comes to Disney Plus on May 25th, alongside The Brave Little Toaster.
Yes.
As part of a new initiative for like throwback stuff.
Yeah.
Which I saw someone point out that like they were doing that. Like they were doing throwback, like look at all this, 90s, early 2000s stuff we're putting on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And then it stopped when was it Bob Iger took back over
as
CEO, and then the minute he steps out and the new guy takes over, they start adding their old stuff to it again.
Muppets are back.
Still holding out hope for the Aladdin the Animated Series, but I can't remember if that's a Disney just hasn't done it yet problem, or if it's a copyright problem, like some international. Kind of like how Fairly Odd Parents, up until Nelvana shut down recently, wasn't included in a lot of stuff because Nickelodeon only owned the distribution rights for the series in the United States.
Yeah.
And then
the whole thing.
And worldwide it was Nelvana. So Anyway, so I don't know if that's what that issue is, but I'm hoping if this is only the beginning. And also, dude, have you ever watched Weekenders?
I think we talked about it on here.
It's such a to me.
Show me some clips.
It's kind of a cozy show for me because I have some like weird early memories of it, and like weird early memories where I don't remember ever actually watching it other than these couple instances.
Yeah,
but I love it.
Yeah,
like there was one time where I don't know if they were doing a marathon or if there was some weird cable package deal that my great aunt and uncle that were babysitting me at the time had, where the channel was nothing but the Weekenders the whole day. And so I watched pretty much, I think, the whole series in one sitting.
Before you could like really appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's wild though how like it's just one of those shows where I don't know how to really describe it other than it is very early 2000s.
Yeah.
It is very
very reminiscent of that time period.
It is very like All Grown Up. If you've ever watched All Grown Up, it has almost that same vibe too. Of, I don't know, All Grown Up. I'm trying to think of the other shows that were on there at the time where those animated sitcoms they made for kids, but not quite to the same level that like later on, 10 years later in the early 2010s when Regular Show and Dan Versus and the Looney Tunes Show and all those shows started coming out, where it was like that was pretty much animated sitcoms for kids. A Regular Show, you could say, is an animated sitcom with weird stuff that happens every episode. Like, anyway, I don't know, but like Weekenders theme song sung by Wayne Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Has Great Allele, Phil Lamar, and then Jason Marsden. Yeah. Is, anyway, it's just, I don't know, man. They go to a pizza place and every episode the pizza has a different theme.
It's like Bob's Burgers. Burger of the day.
But it's the whole restaurant.
Yeah.
And so like there's one episode where it's like a computer cafe themed pizzeria where they
I thought like the pizza itself.
No, the whole restaurant changes the theme. And so there's one episode where it's like a computer lab theme and they have to print their pizzas, and so one guy's already having a bad day and it's like, why is the pizza stuck? And it's like, oh, it says we need to put in a new cheese cartridge, and he starts screaming, no. Anyway, yeah, so definitely something I'll be rewatching when
I'll throw the Brave Little Toaster on my list because to get my movie goals.
Dude, have you ever watched it?
No.
So good.
No. Yeah,
so good.
I didn't have access to it.
The other two sequels I have nostalgia for. They're not near as good as the original.
Iconic, yeah.
But I also have love for those. But the original, dude, is just the music and everything.
I literally don't know what happens. So like, I know there's like the toaster under the vacuum that reminds me of Nick Offerman. Just by look alone.
Then there's the blanket. There's lamp.
I've seen.
John Lovitz voices a radio.
Okay.
Phil Hartman is in it. I think it's one of the last things he did.
Yeah.
But he is several characters in that one. Anyway, dude, B Movie, such a good song.
Yeah.
And it's one of those ones where it's a musical technically, but there's like 3 songs through the whole thing.
It's like a movie with songs. It's not like a musical.
Yeah, but the characters sing. Yeah. Like it's B Movie's good. Worthless is just, I don't know. I need your thoughts on it when you watch it.
I'll definitely watch it like when it's out. That is all for my.
That's all for your releases. Yeah, for my releases this week, we have. I did not get descriptions. I knew I forgot.
You've been busy with this.
I knew I forgot something. So on May 18th, It Reaches, released on PC and PlayStation. On May 19th, Forza Horizon 6, released on PC and Xbox, and R-Type Dimensions, released on all major platforms. May 20th, Atmosphar, released on PC, Phonopolis, released on PC, and Thick as Thieves, released on PC. May 21st, Bistro, released on PC and Xbox, Coffee Talk Tokyo, released on all major platforms. Elemental Reforged, Treasures of the Magi, released on PC. King of Tokyo, released on all major platforms. And Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, released on Switch 2. I own it. I have not played it yet.
See it right there.
Not played it yet.
Because
on May 22nd, Bubsy 4D, released on all major platforms. That is another one I've been excited for. I can't believe I was excited for a Bubsy game. We've been over this. Tales of Arise, Beyond the Dawn Edition, released on Switch 2, and The Last Portrait, released on PC. And then Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, released on all major platforms from TT Games and Warner Brothers Games. I got the deluxe edition that released on the 19th as early access.
You might have seen part one of
part one is now out. Go watch that if you like. We at least have 3 episodes that will be coming out. We would like to do more. Trent definitely seemed interested in wanting to do more. So we'll see what happens there. But I've also played. Hold on a second.
Go show how much.
I can tell you how much.
Well, you have
I've
your PlayStation
played.
40 or 14 hours.
14 hours counting the about 2 hours that we played.
Yeah.
So I've played about 12 hours of the game. I'm only in chapter 2 because some of that is my game being paused and me walking away to go do something and coming back. But I do have my complaints about it just from what I've played. I feel like they learned a lot from Skywalker Saga of what a modern Lego game needs to be. Of like, how do we modernize this formula without doing the same thing over and over again? Because the critics were starting to get tired of like, it's just the same game but with different, which is like, that's the whole point. Sometimes you just need a couple series where it's the same thing over and over again. Why do sports games get away with that? But that's neither here nor there.
Madden.
That's always been my argument against that. Is like, well, then we need to heavily criticize Call of Duty and Madden 2K and 2K and all them more if Lego games of all things aren't getting away from it's just the same thing over again. But they tried to modernize it with Skywalker Saga, but while also keeping the staples of like hundreds of characters to play with, expanding the idea of a Lego game with an open world, making them look like you're actually playing with Lego, like, making the character more detailed, different things where like they tried, but there's a lot of things where it's like all the characters felt even more samey than they already were before. Progression was real weird of like just the way they handled levels and, transitioning into levels from the open world and different things where they definitely learned their lesson of like it's the story is seamless and like, okay, this is open world, this is a level, this is that's great. They almost overcorrected in my opinion on the characters and focused on 7 instead of it's like you could have had a handful more, I think, just to make it feel like there's a little more variety, because that's always a Lego staple, but they did make
up for like all the skins and everything.
But of all the things they learned and listened from the criticism of Lego Star Wars, the one thing I don't understand why they got rid of is challenges in the levels. Something that I liked about Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga was the levels had they had replayability value of like, okay, I didn't get all the mini kits because I needed to go back like Lego games have. These are not that way. You can find all the mini kits and red bricks with the characters you were given for that level. So you don't need to go. So you don't need to go back with. You don't need to go back with Gordon or anyone on a level where you play as Batman and Catwoman or anything. The only reason you're going back is because you missed something the first time. Which is fine if you also maybe included challenges like Skywalker Saga introduced of like beating the level in this certain amount of time. Bonus, like you have a skill tree. Why don't you make the skills cost more by going back and having more skill bricks given with the other? Because that's how gold bricks were given out or Kyber bricks were given out, is you solved the challenges on top of finding mini kits, on top of like. Anyway, so that's my criticism is the replayability is kind of eh. So like once you 100% this game, there's no reason
to
go back, other than wanting to explore or fighting crime, crimes or and I just don't like Batman's voice. I want to like it, but it's just he's doing a great job. He has a lot of lines where I've laughed out loud and stuff, but like I don't know, it needs to be deeper.
I got that from the trailer.
We did get a cast reveal though, like a full cast reveal.
That's right, because we didn't know who was who except for Batman.
And Bane. So Colin McFarlane is Jim Gordon. And what's funny about that is he's Commissioner Loeb in Batman Begins. And his version of Commissioner Loeb is in this game, but I don't think it's voiced by him.
Okay.
So he's voicing Jim Gordon in that. Clara Emanuel as Catwoman. A lot of these are like there was a voice actor strike going on when they casted this game, so I think these were a lot of non-union voice actors.
Yeah.
Or like people like Matt Berry, where they'd be in a different union if they are in one.
Yeah.
Savannah Beckford, Batgirl, Greg Jones, Robin. Like, not a whole lot of names I actually recognize. Shy Matheson, I think I recognize from a game he had been in before, and then Colin McFarland and Matt Berry, of course, being actors and other stuff. I haven't done a whole lot of looking up of what some of these actors have been in before. I don't know. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. You enjoyed what you played.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
As of right now, I'm sitting at like an 8 or a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe an 8 because of how much
the general consensus is.
Like there's just a little bit more they need to learn. Like this next game, if they can like add replayability to the levels, maybe make the character variety a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
what would you want the next big game to be that gets like a legacy of the Dark Knight treatment? Because the first one,
people want to say like Spider-Man, but
that's the first one that comes to mind.
But if they approach the roster the way they do this, Spider-Man doesn't have enough of a supporting cast who would, in my opinion, that could fill out a whole like, oh, let's pull from the movies. And I'd almost want them to either stay in the DC universe and either focus on just Superman or make a Justice League game that's a little more like, you know, focus. Because there are some Easter eggs. I actually wrote them down.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say these, or you want to wait and to see for yourself when we play more?
Probably to see for myself, because I will play it.
Okay.
I will play it.
Because there's some Easter... I won't say all of them.
Yeah, don't say all of them.
But there's a couple ones where I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like this one, it's not a big one because it's there in the level. But the first level as Batman, you see shipping crates for Cord Industries.
Ooh.
And Q-Core, which is Oliver Queen's company. So you see for those, there's some posters and pictures where Justice League, not like major, like, oh crap, we're seeing like Wonder Woman and stuff, but there's some characters where it's like they're definitely not focusing so far into Batman that you feel like this is in a universe where other DC characters could exist.
It is existing in everyone.
So I could see them doing Justice League next. Personally, if they're still stuck with just doing Warner Brothers, and that's another thing about it, they couldn't do Spider-Man because they're stuck with Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone's like, oh, maybe they could do like a remake. Maybe they could do the Skywalker Saga treatment with Harry Potter. But, you know, it's like, okay.
This is a remake.
But it feels like the character variety for... Look, Lego Harry Potter is a good game.
Yeah.
The character variety is like, okay, which person with a wand do you want to play as?
Exactly.
Like, it's just...
As long as you have a wand.
I don't know. And maybe it's because I'm not as big of a Harry Potter fan as most, like, where it's like, I don't know, the character variety is like, cool, you have your main cast, most of them can use the same spells, you maybe have one or two characters that have spells unique to them, where it's like
Harry has parcel time.
If our big complaint with Batman is that there's 7 characters and not much else, it's going to be even worse than for Harry Potter. Lord of the Rings you could maybe do.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because that got a game, but it wasn't as big as the other ones.
But I'd almost want them to keep doing original stories. And hear me out.
Yeah.
You might have to, change how combat is handled. But I feel like if they stick with Warner Brothers, and there's also the issue of like this franchise not being as relevant anymore, but it has a couple projects coming up.
Scooby-Doo.
But I feel like a Lego Scooby-Doo game with this kind of treatment of you give them an open world, you really focus on, you have your 5 characters that you can really focus on making them feel unique in what they can do. Maybe add in a couple extra, make Scrappy-Doo playable or something.
Yeah.
Make,
And we haven't gotten like a playable apart from Lego Dimensions.
Yeah, Shaggy and Scooby are playable.
Whereas the other ones
where it's like if you just, I don't know. I feel like that's a doable one. You could pull from multiple movies and shows. You have, here in, about the next time a Lego game would be done, 2029.
You have an ungodly amount of animated movies to choose from.
In 2029 will be the 60th anniversary of Scooby-Doo, and they already have Scooby-Doo Origins coming up. They have the anime coming up in the next couple years, where it's like if they're I don't know if they're trying to make like Scooby-Doo back in the mainstream again, but I don't know. I feel like that's something you could do for an anniversary. It's a Warner Brothers project they own. It's popular enough.
Yeah.
It's not Batman popular, but it's popular enough that maybe it would, draw a crowd. And
yeah.
I don't know. I think this is the longest we've ever talked about stuff. We're at 40 minutes and we're like,
oh.
Anyway, those are my releases for this week.
Nice.
We could keep speculating on what Lego could do next, but if they're stuck with Warner Brothers, and they're either going to have to stick with DC or do something they've done before, like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. But I'd like to see them touch Warner Brothers properties they own, like Warner Brothers owns, that they've either dabbled in a little bit before or not done before. So like a Scooby-Doo would be cool.
So I vote for Scooby-Doo because we've never gotten one.
That, and there's not been a big Scooby-Doo game in a while.
Yeah.
Like the last one came out on the Wii. So I don't know. Maybe it's me being biased because I like Scooby-Doo, but I feel like that's something they could do. I'm even trying to think of other stuff they own, unless they did another Lego Dimensions, but it was like a but that almost feels like it would be doing too much with how much they're scaling back certain parts of the. But if they want to keep down this track of focusing on characters, focusing on like how can we make this big exploration, you have your main mysteries you solve, and then have a bunch of little side like puzzles in the open world. You don't confine yourself to Crystal Cove or Coolsville. Have it be almost like a cross country thing, so you have like a mini little country that you make it a road trip.
Yeah.
Legacy of the meddling kids.
There you go.
I don't know.
See the Mystery Machine.
Yeah. All the different all the 5 incarnations of the Mystery Machine unlockable.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be the one thing where it's like, costumes and stuff would get anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Anyway. In my first batch of miscellaneous news and posters, we got parody posters for Scary Movie 6. Posters for Adventure Time Side Quests, Toy Story 5, Avatar The Last Airbender Season 2, Resident Evil, and character posters for House of the Dragon Season 3. In trailers and teasers, we got it once for Michael Jackson The Verdict, releasing June 3rd on Netflix, Masters of the Universe, releasing June 5th in theaters, Avatar The Last Airbender Season 2, releasing June 25th on Netflix, Strung, releasing June 26th on Peacock, Little Brother, also releasing June 26th, but on Netflix, Her Private Hell, releasing July 24th in theaters, Resident Evil, releasing September 18th in theaters, Rolling Loud, releasing October 2nd in theaters, Hope, coming to theaters in fall of 2026, Victorian Psycho, coming this year in theaters, and Vought Rising, releasing next year on 2027 on Amazon Prime Video. Release dates, Club Kid, Jordan Firstman's directorial debut has been acquired by A24 globally after a multi-studio bidding war. Adventure Time Side Quest releases June 29th on Hulu. Transformers the movie will be getting a 4K theatrical re-release to celebrate the film's 40th anniversary. A new season of South Park premieres on September 16th. And The Adventures of Cliff Booth will have a 2-week IMAX exclusive theatrical run starting on November 25th and releasing later on Netflix on December 23rd. In castings, Francesca Scorsese has been cast as a Mrs. Smith in Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 2. Matt Damon is in talks to star in the Daniels' next film. We got some new castings for the Life is Strange TV series, including Tom Cullen as Mark Jefferson, Leisha Haley and Raul Castillo as Chloe's mother and stepfather, respectively, and Owen Teague as Frank Bowers. Jason Clarke is being eyed to star in Heat 2, and Tom Hardy has been fired from Mobland and won't return for Season 3. They said he allegedly clashed with producers after being consistently late to set and attempting to give notes and change dialogue on the series. That is all for my first batch of miscellaneous.
In my gaming news, Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger 9.3 or IX3, I don't know how way you're supposed to pronounce that, was announced for PC and Twitch 2. Guy Spelunky was added to Fraymakers as a fighter May 21st. A PlayStation State of Play has been announced for June 2nd. Dark Scrolls has been delayed to June 22nd. Cyclops and The Thing have been added to Marvel Cosmic Invasion as DLC. More characters to be added later. Moss the Forgotten Relic was announced, a non-VR version of both Moss games coming into consoles at a later date. Retroneer was announced, a strategy roguelike about building trinkets coming to PC. Kingfish was announced, a roguelike co-op city building game about defending a kingdom on the back of an ancient Leviathan. Montvine Studios announced Beyond the Plastic Walls, a 2D puzzle platformer about searching for the last rider in the last city in the world. Infront Express was announced, a train-building defense game coming to PC. Project Rabbit was revealed, an extraction Souls-like RPG set in a twisted Alice in Wonderland-inspired world from Nova Flare, coming to PC. Agnai Village of Calamity was announced, a puzzle exploration game from Sapura Interactive, follows an Indonesian detective who sneaks to a remote village to uncover a sinister truth. Never Be Alone releases December 8th on PC. And in my Nintendo corner, a Lego Donkey Kong set has been teased.
Yes, I saw that.
We saw it's based on the arcade game because we saw one of the barrels, but that's
Is it
all
going to be
we've
like
seen.
the Pac-Man? Oh, never mind. I understood.
I could see it being like a Pac-Man set, like the arcade
mini arcade setup.
It's either going to be that, or it's just going to be like the girders and Donkey Kong at
Yeah.
the top with some barrels. Nintendo loves to make that stuff playable, so I could almost see it being like you connect it to tracks and you crank it on the side, like you did with the Nintendo set. And then Nintendo announced Picto Nico, a new mobile game that turns pictures into a variety of mini games. Some will be free, and up to 80 more will be available for purchase. Releases May 28th. So, I take a picture of you, Jay, and then your face falls apart, and I have to put it back together. Or
I like that.
I think there's a zombie mini game or something. There's just it turns your pictures into a bunch of mini games.
Yeah.
And that is my gaming news.
I have my second batch of miscellaneous. In new looks, we got a new look at Hanson and his long legs in Scary Movie 6, new clips from Pressure and the Masters of the Universe, including our first look at Miranda Bachran as the sorceress. First look at the fairy godmother in Steps, voiced by Bette Midler. First look at Wan Shi Tong, the painted lady in Blue Spirit in Avatar The Last Airbender Season 2. First look at a first-person POV scene in the Resident Evil movie. New look at Coyote vs. Acme and a new clip from Rick and Morty Season 9. And first looks, we got our first look at the Peanuts short film, There's No Place Like Home, Snoopy. Follow Snoopy as he is devastated when his beloved doghouse is accidentally sold at a yard sale. The Resurrection of Christ, we got our first look at. We got our first look at Vought Rising, featuring Jensen Ackles and Aya Cash returning as Soldier Boy and Stormfront, respectively. And our first look at Charlie Heaton as Charles Shelby in the Peaky Blinders sequel series. In our box office, Obsession opened with $16 million domestically, and it could become one of the only films in history to earn $100 million on a budget of less than $1 million, I believe was $750,000. And currently at $44.1 million. And the Mandalorian and Grogu earned $33 million in its domestic opening day, which is less than Solo: A Star Wars Story, but slightly higher than industry projections. And then our box office draft, before it gets real busy this summer, I am currently sitting at $723,215,189 with Michael. And Stumpy's currently sitting at $969,099,830. And that's as of just before we started recording today. So you're going to break $1 billion. You can be the first one to break $1 billion.
Yeah, with my combined box office.
I mean, right now,
with Mario, yeah.
Because that's just Michael and just Mario.
If it gets a couple more weekends, I could see it hitting $1 billion, yeah.
Yeah. I figured with this, the one I'll start bringing them up individuals and whenever they're completely out of theaters.
So we're not, and then at the end we'll combine box office. Okay.
Well, I'll have it combined throughout.
We need to establish when our cutoff is for
December 31st.
December 31st for cutoff for switching them out. Because I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say it should be maybe November.
And then I thought you meant whenever we stopped
and then
cutting.
Then that last month, if you want to switch one out, you just have to gamble.
Well, really, the only ones we have and after that is going to be Sunrise on the Reaping and Doomsday. Yeah. For us. I'm down for that. Because the day I'm going to stop counting box office in general is December 3rd, January 1st. I'll take one on January 3rd. But yeah, you're going to be the first one to break $1 billion, both in the draft and in the box office in general. A new announcement, the Rick and Morty movie is moving forward with Jacob Ayer directing the film. Quinta Brunson will star as Betty Boop in a new film. The film, made in collaboration with the creator's grandson, would follow the origin and evolution of Betty Boop through the POV of her creator, Max Fleischer. Michael Bay is developing a movie about the U.S.-Iran war. It follows the story of the 2 U.S. pilots rescued after their planes were shot down during Operation Epic Fury in Iran. A movie based on the Choose Your Own Adventure books is in the works with Matt Bettinelli, Olpen, and Tyler Gillett set to direct.
You think it's going to be kind of like a Jumanji of like, it's coming, the books are coming into the real world?
I feel like it has to be because I was trying to wrap my around. I'm like,
either that
be?
Or it's a couple middle-aged dudes who find their old Choose Your Own Adventure books and get trapped in the books.
Yes.
Or something, you know, something. Make it like an Anaconda where it's like very like.
They're trying to make a movie about Choose Your Own Adventure.
Not in that, like, just the meta in the way of like, look at these old dudes trying to.
Yeah.
Old, quote unquote.
Yeah, they're going to be in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah, but like middle-aged dudes trying to live down memory lane, but then they get trapped in their nostalgia kind of thing. Where
I see like a weird chant on the side of one. And it's because you get from like an old bookstore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and then they're sucked in. Tom Holland is set to star in a film adaptation of The Lincoln Highway, directed by the Bear creator Christopher Storer. Story follows 4 young men on a road trip from Nebraska to New York City over 10 days. And ABC has ordered a Grey's Anatomy spinoff set in Texas with Shonda Rhimes and Meg Marini serving as co-creators. Just two pieces of miscellaneous mentionables. The Odyssey has a runtime of 2 hours and 52 minutes, which is Christopher Nolan's second longest film ever. And IMAX is exploring a sale. They have approached entertainment companies as potential buyers. That is all for my miscellaneous news.
Anniversaries are back.
Yes.
May 17th. But here's a funny thing. Anniversaries are back. I had to really scrape bottom of the barrel for this one.
I've had to scrape bottom for these two.
May 17th was the 30th anniversary of Flipper.
I need to watch Flipper.
And then the 50th anniversary of The Love Boat. And the 15th anniversary of L.A. Noire on PS3 and Xbox 360. Yes. May 18th was the 16th anniversary of Red Dead Redemption on PS3 and Xbox 360. May 19th was the 20th anniversary of Over the Hedge. The 20th anniversary of The Da Vinci Code. And the 5th anniversary of Power Wash Simulator.
Over the Hedge took me out.
The 18th and the 20th were the only ones where I couldn't get good anniversaries.
20th has one.
Yeah, 20th. 24th anniversary. Did I get my days mixed up? I could have sworn the 21st was our anniversary. Is it the 20th?
We can cut this out because I don't want to.
Because I think that's when you made your Facebook post was the 21st. The 20th or the 21st is the second anniversary of Mondays Are for the Nerds, and the 20th is the 24th anniversary of Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights.
Nice.
May 22nd was the 30th anniversary of Mission Impossible, the 10th anniversary of Preacher, and the 25th anniversary of Red Faction on PS2. And then May 23rd is the 20th anniversary of Monster Hunter Freedom on PSP.
On pop culture history, Sunday, May 17th, you would think the biggest one that happened on that day was in 1900 when L. Frank Baum published The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. But 1977, the first Chuck E. Cheese opened in San Jose, California.
Holy moly.
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
And to think, 10 years later, some poor kid got his frontal lobe bit.
Charles has never been the same.
Nope.
Neither has the dog. Don't remember what the dog's name is. I don't remember what any of the other names that we have.
We've been over this before.
We have. We absolutely have.
Isn't their little purple thing? Isn't he called like the Grumble or something?
I think so.
It's not Grimace.
No, it's not Grimace.
It's like
I saw this and I'm like, screw Wizard of Oz. So we're going with Chuck E. Cheese. While
the purple thing from Chuck E. Cheese. There is no purple guy. What?
What?
Mr. Munch.
Okay. What color is he?
Okay, he's purple with a yellow stomach. He's furry with a yellow stomach.
Sugar Ray Leonard also turned 70 on that day. Monday, May 18th, the first spit take occurred on TV in 1953 with Desi Arnaz giving one on an episode of I Love Lucy. Tuesday, May 19th, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle get married in St. George's Chapel in Windsor, and it's estimated that 1.9 billion people tune in to watch. Wednesday, May 20th is not like pop culture theme, but the way this website worded it was hilarious on 3 different years. 1916, the town of Codell, Texas was hit by tornadoes. All on May 20th. 1917, the town of Codell, Texas was hit by tornadoes again. 1918, the town of Codell, Texas was hit by tornadoes, period, again. That day for 3 years was hell for them. And Cher turned 80. Thursday, May 21st, Johnny Carson hosted the Tonight Show for the last time in 1992. Friday, May 22nd, in 1980, the Pac-Man arcade game debuted in Japan. And on Saturday, May 23rd, Tom Cruise famously jumped around on Oprah's couch proclaiming his love for Katie Holmes. And it also included the 40th birthday of Ryan Coogler and the 60th birthday of H. John Benjamin. That is all for this week in pop culture news.
In anime and comics news, I do have a couple comics news. Yokoso Scooby-Doo, the first anime series in the Scooby-Doo franchise, there was an attempt at making an anime movie, but it was the early 2000s, so parents were still a little iffy on anime.
Yeah.
So the project never went far beyond a couple test screenings or test footage or whatever. But Yokoso Scooby-Doo, it was previously announced as Go-Go Mystery Machine, will premiere on Tubi.
That's right.
In the United States.
Didn't we announce that when it first announced one here on here?
Yeah. And I think it premieres on Tubi in the United States, so it's going to be a Tubi original here, but around, I think in other countries, it's going to premiere in Cartoon Network, which is, I guess Cartoon Network is essentially dead over here.
Basically, it's all Hulu now.
Frank Welker and Matthew Lillard will reprise the roles of Scooby and Shaggy, which surprisingly enough is not Matthew Lillard's first anime project, if I remember correctly. I don't know what it is, but I don't think this is his first time dubbing an anime.
He's had a wild...
Hana Kimi Season 2 premieres July 1st. Ishiki-san Wants to Know About Love will air in January 2027. Rich Girl Caretaker premieres July 4th. Toru Himuka's manga, The Eccentric Doctor of the Moonflower Kingdom, is getting an anime adaptation. In the faraway lands of the Moonflower Kingdom, people have long relied on healing methods shrouded in superstition with dubious results. When the young prince, Kain, goes in search for more reliable remedies, his party is attacked by mysterious assailants, and he ends up witnessing a never-before-seen life-saving procedure that shocks him to the core. Even more surprising, the one who performs this medical feat is a beautiful yet slightly odd teenage girl named Koyu. Just who is this girl, and why is the prince being targeted by assassins? Shadowy conspiracies, medical intrigue, and romance abound in this beautifully illustrated shoujo manga. Season 2 of The Iceblade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World is in development, and Red River premieres July 7th. In my comics news, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1000 will release this September with a main story by Joe Kelly and Pepe Larraz. Batman's new butler, a blonde woman who has connections to Alfred, will be introduced in Batman number 12. Alfred's been dead for several years in the comics.
Oh, I didn't know
Bane
that.
kills him in revenge against Damian Wayne. And he is currently, Alfred is currently still in the comics as basically Jarvis.
Okay.
He is Batman's AI in his suit.
Yeah.
They turned him into Jarvis.
Essentially what
they
literal
did,
Jarvis was to Howard Stark.
Yeah, they gave him. He has now been given the Jarvis treatment, and everyone's like, "This is the first time in a long time that a death has stuck in a comics for this long of a major enough character."
Yeah.
That there's certain characters that have been dead that it's like, oh, they're not coming back because they were such a side. Condiment King is dead in the Batman universe. He's not coming back. And I think Carmine Falcone is also dead, and that entire family got killed in the main continuity. And anyway, but
Alfred's daughter.
All that being said, we don't know if it's his daughter. We don't know if they're going to be adapting the Batgirl from the live action from Batman and Robin. We don't know if they're slightly adapting Alicia Keys' character.
Alicia Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone, not Alicia Keys. It's the singer. Alicia Silverstone's character, but not making her a Batgirl, she's just straight up a butler. We don't know if they're doing that with her. We don't know what this connection is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so pretty interesting.
Yeah. I have a little bit of comics news, not a lot. On DC, we got a new look at Lanterns before a new trailer was released, which featured our first look at Hal Jordan in his Green Lantern suit and our first look at Guy Gardner. We got a new look at Supergirl, and it was revealed that Millie Alcock will return as Supergirl in Man of Tomorrow. On Marvel side of things, we got a Spider Noir, a new poster, and the final trailer was released, as well as the first clip. And Nicolas Cage says he suggested shooting it in color because, quote, teenagers don't have much experience with black and white. Going on to say, quote, the dream is they watch it in color and then check it out in black and white, learn something, and go, hey, I want to see some of these movie references, and then just open a treasure trove of great American cinema, which I get. I will only be watching it in black and white. In number of appearances, Lanterns is on its second episode, as well as Spider Noir. Third episode features Avatar: The Last Airbender, Man of Tomorrow, and Obsession. Michael's on its fourth episode, The Odyssey's on its fifth episode, and the Super Mario Galaxy movie is on its eighth episode. In celebrity deaths, As previously mentioned, Tom Kane was 64. He's the iconic voice actor known for Star Wars: The Clone Wars and the Powerpuff Girls, as well as numerous others. Dennis LaCurry was 76, Dr. Hook singer. Kyle Busch was 41, legendary NASCAR champion. Isaac Coleman was 14, Danny Go star Daniel Coleman's son. Rob Bass was 59, It Takes Two rapper. Kay Rajan was 85, Indian producer behind Michael Raj and Baka Saran. George Eastman was 83, Italian actor and screenwriter known for Anthropophagus and Fellini Satyricon. Judith Chalmers was 90, English television presenter and the voice of Judith Poodle and Rex the Runt. Stuart McLean was 45, Virgin River actor. Grizz Chapman was 52, fan favorite 30 Rock star. And Therese Leotard was 80, French actress known for One Sings, the Other Doesn't, and No Scandal. My sources this week were Movie Insider, IMDb, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, Fandango, The Insnider, Variety, Page 6, Puck, Writer of Pop, PopCulture.net, Entertainment Weekly, and of course Discussing Film.
My sources this week were IGN, Discussing Film, Nintendo Life, Crunchyroll, Nintendo Everything, and the official sites and socials of the studios and projects mentioned today. And now on to the second and final part of ranking fictional comic book cities based on how good their dominoes would be. Last time, we lost our minds.
Gas leak. Let me get my thing pulled up so I know what we're talking about. First up is Keystone City.
Keystone City, that is...
from DC.
From DC. It is... I'm fairly certain that is where... well, for one, Keystone City is in Kansas, but it is along the Missouri River.
Oh.
Central City...
It was like two cities that the Flash are from.
Central City's in Missouri. I am just now learning this.
Is this where we find out that every place but Gotham City is in the Midwest in the DC universe?
Well, Gotham's essentially supposed to be Chicago, but it's in New Jersey. So in the DC universe, there's actually things in the Midwest. Got it.
Besides Smallville.
Okay, so Keystone City, I'm fairly certain that that is another Flash city.
Yeah, because there was two. I remember.
It is I think it's the home city of like Jay Garrick, like the OG. Population around 200,000. It says here, and in this little wiki. So I don't know. I feel like this would be almost about the same as Central City, where if they've got Flashes,
which we have an A.
Yeah,
I would say if it's like the Central City, then it's going to be like good things are happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't think it matters above or below Central City. You think? I'll just put it below.
Yeah.
They're on the same page in our book. Next up is Kunlun from Marvel. Think Iron Fist. Also think Camertage.
The map in the atlas of the DC universe claims that Keystone and Central across the Mississippi from each other, which implies that it flows very differently in the DCU than our universe, as the Mississippi does not border Kansas. However, the Missouri does, and if the DCU Mississippi is analogous to the real-life Missouri, then Keystone is in the northeastern corner of the state near Kansas City.
The Missouri River, did that just say the Missouri River?
So pretty much Keystone is supposed to be Kansas City.
The Missouri River, that said the Missouri River is borders Kansas?
And their universe.
Okay, I was going to say, in this universe,
that's what I was just explaining.
It goes like from the middle
I'm just going down the rabbit hole of like, how did I not know that the Flash is from Missouri?
Yeah, exactly. Both of them.
That means there's a universe where Jay Garrick is a Chiefs fan.
Kunlun.
That's
what?
Kunlun is the
Iron Fist
city.
Yeah. It's kind of like Camertage.
Okay, Monk's making pizzas. Chill, S tier.
Chill. We've already established parameters. I'm going to put it below Camertage. Next up is Latveria.
Ooh. He rules things with an iron fist.
Get out. Okay, so Latveria is very much like war-torn, poor kind of thing.
Yeah. It's kind of like he's constantly... Part of like Doom's whole thing is like he is a king of a poor country. Well, I mean, he's still wealthy, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like just because it's Dr. Doom alone, I feel like...
I think like...
What if he just doesn't like pizza because it's a New York creation and that's where Reed is? So he's like, no pizza in Latveria. Get out.
See, I was thinking C.
You were thinking C?
Just because of the circumstances that the country is in.
Yeah, I almost think it'd be a D. D tier Dominoes. You're not going to have a good time.
Above Bloodhaven, though? Or below Bloodhaven?
Fine, above Bloodhaven.
Okay, but still D tier.
We have the caveat.
Remember-
We have the caveat of one of the C tiers isn't actually a Domino's; it's a Papa Murphy's.
That is. I forgot about that. Which one was that? New Asgard or Astro City?
It was Astro City.
Astro City. Next one is Madripoor from Marvel.
Madripoor.
That's like a crime. Think Falcon and Winter. Did you just watch Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yes.
They go to Madripoor, I think. No, is Madripoor with X-Men?
You mean Madripoor? It is the
Or like all. Not like all crime is legal, but it's like basically no control. Because there's that place and there's a place that like the X-Men. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Lawless haven for pirates, criminals, and smugglers.
Honestly, though,
They can make some. You might find some unique stuff there.
there's like, what was it? I can't remember if this was a story I read somewhere, or if it was a story someone told, where they went to a pizza place.
Was it the Little Caesars one that's like a Reddit post?
That was very, like, they almost felt like it was like a front for something, because they were like, "Do you want a pizza?" Yeah, sure. Hold on, we'll make you a pizza. And they make him a pizza and like send him out, and he was like, "Best pizza I ever had." I went to back and get it again, and they were gone.
Oh no, I think I have seen that.
I feel like you're gonna have that experience where it's like, "Oh yeah, this is a Domino's."
Exactly.
Sure.
So are we thinking? But if it's got the best pizza,
Surprising. I think this is like a surprising B.
I was gonna say high B.
Yeah.
Low B.
Yeah.
Above. Let's see. Is it Gorilla City level or above?
Oh, it's better than Gorilla City.
Okay,
I mean,
so
look,
it's gonna
that's
be-
pizza made by gorillas. We've been over this.
We're not going down this again.
Going out for a slice of za.
We can't go down the rabbit hole again.
Fine.
Okay, before Gorilla City, Madripoor. I thought you were talking about the one I've seen where he goes to like this Little Caesars, and while he's there, like this guy comes in with a gun to rob the place, and the lady behind the counter basically goes, "Sir, this is Little Caesars. I'll mess you up." And then she basically beats the crap out of him and sends him on his way, and the guy just there and they're like, "I just want a pizza," and she goes, "This is Little Caesars. We don't take that here."
I feel like that's more of like what a Little Caesars would be like in one of the cities that the Flash is in, because they come in and be like, "Look, Captain Cole, are you serious? You're going to do this?
Exactly.
Get your pizza
And go.
Go home to your sister. Go home."
Spidey, go home.
The Flash just shows up as like, "Man, you're messing with my food."
Yeah, dude.
I thought we had an agreement.
Exactly. I need to... Time. Metropolis.
Why do I feel like Metropolis is going to have like... Okay, so hear me out. So
What do your gut go?
Gotham, if it's essentially a Chicago, probably has like a signature. Like you're going to Gotham for its pizza. Like it has a signature pizza. What I feel like Metropolis has a signature pizza, but it's St. Louis style.
What is St. Louis style?
I'm fairly certain.
Because I really only know New York is like the big slice, and then Chicago's deep dish. What's Detroit style?
St. Louis style pizza is pretty much like the thin, like cracker thin.
Oh, okay.
With like the provolone. It uses a lot of white cheddar or like white cheeses for the... Anyway.
Kind of like Rivals with Gotham?
No, and that like... You're going to want to go to the Domino's because the local pizza places are just like, "Look, here's some..."
Oh, okay, yeah. I do agree. It's like kind of like uppity.
Yeah. Like... Or actually,
full of itself.
So Metropolis has... I'm just saying Metropolis has a 50-50 chance of like the local pizza, like the signature pizzas.
Yeah.
Are either going to be like, or like, let's go to a Domino's instead. Or it's going to be like, you know,
best of the best.
Best pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, the Metropolis style pizza. It's just...
It's like the hands down to get.
Yeah.
So would you say A or B?
I'm going to say highest B.
Highest B above... What did we just put down?
I think we put Madripoor there.
Above Madripoor?
Yeah.
Metropolis above Madripoor. What we're finding out is a lot of these are going to be so-so. Okay, next up is Smallville. Small town Domino's.
Small town Domino's.
In the Midwest. Those can be hit or miss.
That small town Domino's, like Metropolis's signature pizza, has a 50-50 chance of being the best thing you've ever eaten or worst thing you've ever eaten because it's...
Wait, I was going to say, let's be honest, this is another Papa Murphy's. It's not Domino's, it's a Pizza Hut.
Yeah, we're going to Smallville. Oh, no, if you want a Domino's, you're going to have to go, 30 miles up to...
Keystone City.
Yeah, Keystone City. We've got Pizza Hut.
Yeah, which, hey,
No one out Pizza's the Hut, though.
Exactly.
S tier Pizza Hut.
S tier Pizza Hut. Does this mean if it's Pizza Hut, it's like low?
It's like they're trying to be a Domino's, but everyone got too mad that you couldn't sit down and eat.
Exactly. So we made.
We like to talk here in Smallville.
No, that's quite literally what a small town is. Does that mean if I go to Domino's and I want to talk, if people are going to try to talk to me, I won't want to go?
Yeah.
Well, that brings me down to C tier, but it's better than Bloodhaven. It's D tier.
Put it.
What tier are you thinking? A tier?
I think Smallville is going to be an A tier Domino's.
Low A.
Low A.
Below Central and Keystone.
Yeah.
Smallville. Next up is Star City.
Star
which I believe
City.
is
That is
Green Arrow.
Yeah. Star City, I want to say geographically is like essentially California. I don't know. Why do I feel like this one's just like, yeah, it's a Domino's.
So average.
Average. Average Domino's.
Low A or high B? Above Metropolis.
Below Metropolis.
But above Madripoor?
But above Madripoor.
I don't like how Gorilla City's going further down.
Look, you're lucky it's in B tier, not C tier.
I fought for that. It was to the nail to get that. And our final one is Wakanda.
They don't have a Domino's.
They're technologically advanced.
They just now opened themselves up to the rest of the world. They're maybe in talks of getting a McDonald's.
What I'm hearing is above Bloodhaven.
No. They have really good local pizza. Like, you know. But
if we're talking about Domino's, I refuse to put anything below Bloodhaven.
Hold on a second. So, I mean, just there are Domino's in Africa. I just have a hard time believing that there's one in Wakanda because of how like closed off to the rest of the world they are.
Also, what part of Africa is Wakanda in? Did we ever figure that out? I feel like if I remember from a map, it's like in the Kenya side, the eastern side. I mean, but like Kenya, Tanzania, kind of that area. Like just within the.
It's eastern.
Right.
So that'd be closer to Kenya,
in that area.
Uganda, that area.
So what are we thinking?
If they had a Domino's, though.
If they have a Domino's.
If they had a Domino's.
Let's say for the sake of the tier list, they have one Domino's.
Let's be honest. If anything, there's someone there making a pizza or something. But like,
because
if they had a Domino's.
Yeah.
If this is a timeline enough that they've been open up to the world long enough to have a Domino's.
Everett K. Ross.
I'm still thinking of it as MCU Wakanda, not DC Wakanda. Then it's maybe a like. Why do I think it'd be an S tier Domino's though?
Because it's technologically advanced. I was thinking like S or A because of the technology.
Yeah, because of how technologically they advance, they'd get a Domino's installed and they'd be like, we're gonna shape this up a little bit.
Yeah. So like, are we thinking of like Central City, Keystone City area, or dare we say Kunlun and Kamar-Taj? Because if you think about it, Kunlun and Kamar-Taj are also very remote.
Yeah, I think it's. What if it's above them? What if this is the best Domino? What if this is the best Domino's you could eat at?
In Wakanda?
Yeah.
Are we willing to entertain that idea? Because I am.
I am.
Don't tease me.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to let go. So, to wrap up our second half May tier list about which fictional comic book cities will have the best Domino's. In S tier, we have Wakanda, Kamar-Taj, and Kunlun. In A tier, we have Central City, Keystone City, and Smallville. In B tier, we have Metropolis, Star City, Madripoor, Gorilla City, Gotham City, and Dakota City. In C tier, we have New Asgard and Astro City. And in D tier, we have Latveria. And if we could possibly have a lower tier than that, Bloodhaven. Bloodhaven just catching strays. These last
I don't know
2 weeks.
what you have against Bloodhaven, but
I think I just took with our thing of like everybody hates Bloodhaven. Because of Nightwing.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna crap on Bloodhaven this entire time.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yes.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those interactive things. Be sure to follow us on most social medias at Mondays for Nerds or at Sir Stumpslot or Sir Stumpslot 17.
Follow me at Po the Panda 001 or Chris M Pratt Fan.
And we will see you all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.